Have you ever met a celebrity, recognized them instantly, and then pretended you had absolutely no idea who they were? I did, and it ended up being one of the most important moments of my life. At the time, I was living in a different state from my mom. She was sick, really sick. For months, all I had was FaceTime. Every night, I watched her get thinner, her voice weaker, her smile harder to hold. I could see it happening in real time, and there was nothing I could do about it. I didn't have money to fly home. I worked as a server at a small restaurant, barely covering rent and food. My mom kept offering to pay for my plane ticket, but I knew the truth. If she paid for my flight, she wouldn't be able to afford her treatment, so I begged her not to. I told her I'd come soon. I promised her I was saving. Then I started picking up every extra shift I could. Double shifts, closing shifts, holidays, anything they'd give me. But one night, everything changed. Her doctor called me directly. That alone told me it was bad. He said he wasn't sure how much time she had left. She had started coughing up blood and had asked them not to tell me. She didn't want me to worry. I remember sitting on the floor after that call, crying so hard I couldn't breathe, because I finally realized something terrifying. No matter how hard I worked, I wasn't going to make it in time. I didn't sleep that night, but the next morning I still put on my uniform and went to work. Halfway through my shift, I was taking orders when I noticed a man walk in with an older woman. He was wearing a baseball cap pulled low, sunglasses inside, and hadn't shaved. He kept his head down and chose a quiet table, and I knew immediately who he was. Leonardo DiCaprio. This was right after Titanic. He was everywhere, and internally I was completely losing my mind. But I could also tell something else. He didn't want attention. He just wanted to eat in peace, especially with his mom. So I did the only thing that felt right. I pretended I had no idea who he was. I didn't whisper to coworkers, didn't stare, didn't act weird. I treated him exactly like every other customer. Inside, though, my heart was racing. When it came time to drop off the check, I couldn't help myself. I didn't say anything out loud, but on the receipt, I quietly wrote, "Your movies are awesome. I hope you like the food." That was it. No autograph request, no attention. When he stood up to leave, I saw him glance around, then look at me. He smiled. Just a small, genuine smile. I thought that would be the end of it. But when I went to clean the table, my hand started shaking. On the receipt, he had written back, "Thank you so much for not blowing my cover." And underneath that, a $500 tip. At first, I thought it had to be a mistake. I grabbed the receipt and ran toward the door to give it back, but he was already gone. I stood there frozen, trying to breathe, trying not to cry in the middle of the restaurant. As soon as my shift ended, I didn't hesitate. I booked the very next flight home. I called my mom and told her I was coming. She started crying before I even finished the sentence. When I landed, I didn't even stop. I ran straight through the hospital halls to her room. I made it just in time. I had 20 minutes with her. 20 minutes to hold her hand, to tell her I loved her, to hug her one last time. She passed, with me right there. Because of one small act of kindness from a stranger, I got to say goodbye. And to this day, I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio ever knew what that moment truly meant, but I will never forget it.